YouTube. It's Little Bitty One, aka Connie. I am coming to you from a much different location this week. I am dog sitting for my friends Terry and Gus, and you can just see Oliver down there in the corner. There he is. That's Oliver. So I hope everyone's doing well this week. I'll get right into the numbers, and then I have some stuff to obviously chat with you about because I always do. Week 13, high weight was 270 pounds, day of surgery weight was 265 pounds, current weight is 236.5 pounds, which locks me in at a solid half-pound loss from last week. That's 33.5 pounds total loss since November 3rd, and my BMI is 40.6. I mean, like, what the crap, people? I was trying really hard to get down to, a 2-pound loss this week. I did switch over to protein shakes in the morning. I have had a solid workout. I've had 3 workouts since the last time I saw you with trainers. Cardio, low impact, high reps, some light weights. I was talking to a friend of mine at dinner tonight, and we were talking about kind of what's going on and why this might be, and that's kind of what I'm going to get into today. But essentially, because of my job, and also even more so because I live in New York, a reality of living here is you go out to dinner, specifically dinner, a lot. And if it's not dinner, it's snacks and drinks. Weekends, people go out and drink. The reason is nobody has enough room to entertain in their apartments. Not really. So everybody goes out and meets somewhere and gets some drinks and whatever. And that's the culture in the city. That's what everybody does. So that is a struggle for somebody that is just trying to lose weight. That's a struggle. Now, when I go out, do I try to make smart choices and whatever? Yeah. Do I always make smart choices? No, I'm not perfect. I'm human. But I do try to go for lower calorie, lower fat. I try to go for a lot of fish because I find it more difficult to make it home for one person. And they don't typically, not always, but they don't typically put as much crap on fish as they do, with grill basing and adding butter and things like that to steaks and chicken and pork and whatever. So I try to stay away from the carbs, but I'm not perfect, and I think that is making an impact if I'm being very realistic with myself. At the same time, I track everything, and I overcompensate, especially when I'm out to eat. I track every drink I have. I am very careful during the day when I know that I'm going to be going out at night. I'm very careful about what I eat. I do try to be really careful about it. So it is frustrating when I'm eating between 800 and 1,000 calories and I'm only losing a pound, half a pound. A couple weeks ago I gained half a pound, but I think that was water weight. But even still, it is very frustrating. So I'm trying really hard to take advantage of what is supposed to be the rapid weight loss portion of my surgery and everything. So, because I was already frustrated with this previously, I made an appointment with my nutritionist this week. So I met with her on Monday morning, and I kind of told her what I was thinking, what the struggle was, and so she did a metabolic test. So I've done metabolic tests before, and I was really not looking forward to this, but I've done it before where they basically put you in like a Hannibal Lecter mask with a tube that you breathe through your mouth, and you do it sitting, and then you do, like, for your resting metabolic test, and then you do active, where you're like walking on a treadmill and slowly increasing the incline and whatever. It's torture. Each one lasts 10 minutes. And I really question how accurate they were. So this one was very high tech and kind of cool. You go in and you take your shoes off and you stand barefoot on what looks like a really big scale. And then you hold on with your hands to these 2 like metal handlebars on the side. You put in like your height, your age, think that's it. And it calculates it. There's some interesting stuff here. First of all, my weight here was over a pound heavier than what it was last week. So by that standard, I lost a pound and a half in 2 days. All right, sure, why not? Yeah, this measured me at 238.3 pounds, and I'm down to 236.5. Different scales, so who knows? I always go by my own scale though, with the same everything. So, okay, so I had to read this a little bit more in depth before I knew what I was talking about for you. So now that I've got a better grip on it. So I have 43% body fat. Obviously want to get that down to like the 20s to be average. So that obviously needs to be improved upon. My fat-free mass, so all the stuff in me that's not fat, is only 56.9%. That's sort of depressing. For some reason, the 43% sounds better. I don't know why. And my muscle mass is 32.9 pounds. That's all the muscle that I have is 32.9 pounds out of all 237. So, you know, it's interesting to get those levels. But what I find most interesting is the caloric, the metabolic rate. So what this measured me as for my basal metabolic rate, which means like just kind of being alive and being Connie, just hanging out on the planet, taking up space, breathing air. I'm at 1,768 calories burned per day. I'm skeptical. She decided that with 2 or so sessions with a trainer a week that I was at light activity. I don't know. I mean, I think I could put myself at very light. But anyway, light activity puts me at 2,122 calories burned per day. Very light will put me at 1,945 calories. So like right around 2,000 or so calories a day. Again, I'm super skeptical of this. So in order to try to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, you take your activity level daily caloric needs, which mine are 2,122 according to the nutritionist, and you subtract between 350 calories and 500 calories, depending on how much weight loss you want per week. So if you want 2 pounds per week, you subtract 500 calories from that. That takes us down to approximately 1,600 calories. So I am not to be consuming more than 1,600 calories per day in order to lose 2 pounds a week. So I'm eating, by my calculations, by MyFitnessPal, by everything that I'm putting in there and being completely honest to my knowledge that everything that I'm putting in there is either scanned in or it's my best guess on which item it might be if it's not on a restaurant menu. I am eating between 800 and 1,000 calories. Let's say I'm eating 1,100 or 1,200 calories. Let's just say, I know that that's not the case, but let's just say that I am. I should still be losing like 3 pounds a week. So I'm really confused how this is all working, right? And I mentioned that to my nutritionist, and I said, you know, these are the facts, this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm tracking. What do you suggest I do? Have you seen this before where someone's eating so many fewer calories and not losing the weight? And she said, yes, it happens. Everyone's body is different. Her suggestion was that I try to go on a keto diet, put my body into ketosis. So when I said like, yes, I've heard of this, yes, I am familiar with the term, but I really don't know what a keto diet looks like. I don't really know what to do. Her suggestion was to start off with having a protein shake in the morning, a protein shake for lunch, a protein shake for a snack in the afternoon, and then eating a low carb, high fat, high protein dinner. That was her suggestion. So I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Next week I'm traveling for work all week, so this is just part of my job, and it's frustrating because I'm traveling Monday through Friday, and I have limited ability to choose what I eat. There are certain meals I'll be able to. There are other meals where it's going to be less my choice because I have to try different restaurants for my job. It's just part of my job, and so I have to try them out and make sure the food tastes good. So I will do my best to make my choices as healthy as I possibly can, and anything that I have to try that's not healthy, make smart choices about just one small taste, not even a bite, like a taste, to try to keep that under control. It's going to be a challenge. I'm up to it. But again, like, this is sort of a reality of my life. This is part of the challenges that I'm facing is, what do I do here? I love my job. I love my career. It's something I'm passionate about and I'm good at. But it interferes a little bit with my weight loss. Do I quit my jobs so that I can lose weight? Do I give up on losing any real weight and remain obese for the rest of my life because I love my job? It's honestly a really tough balance to strike, and I am still learning. So I need to have some patience with myself. I need to try my very best. I need to make sure that I'm tracking and that I'm being smart about everything that I'm doing. I'm going to try really, really hard. And this is when I'm thinking it might actually help for me to have this Instagram account, and maybe I'll create one this weekend so that I can track. I can take pictures of what I eat all day long. I'll take a picture of every single thing that goes in my mouth, and then maybe that's an easier way for me to track in case I'm missing something. Maybe that's a good answer. I'll keep you guys updated on if I start my Instagram account this weekend. Actually I'm feeling a little bit motivated by that. So I think maybe that's what I'll try for this trip. Whatever. So anyway, so I did do some research on what ketosis means, what it is, what it entails. So basically, ketosis, when you're in ketosis, you're eating very low carb. Low carb lowers the amount of insulin, the hormone insulin that's pumping through your body. Insulin is what contributes to storing fat. So if there's less of that, less fat is stored. That's the concept behind low carb diets. So for ketosis, you're trying to eat low carb so you don't have the insulin pumping through your body, and high fats. So not like the fat that you're thinking of where it's like junk food. Fat like butter, fat like avocado, oils, stuff like that, so that your body is actually using fatty acids instead of carbs for fuel, and your brain actually runs off of the fatty acid rather than carbs. So part of the reason that they suggest to do this to boost weight loss is because too much protein, and this was new to me. I know a lot about nutrition, and this was new to me. Too much protein can convert in your bloodstream to glucose. So you think that you're eating all this protein, you're being really healthy, everything's good, except that because your body can't absorb it, it's turning it into glucose, it's turning it into sugar, it's turning it into the byproduct of carbs, which you're trying to avoid, in your bloodstream. So it's counterproductive. So if you add more fat to your diet and less carbs, you don't have that imbalance. You want lots of fat, lots of protein, very low carbs, and that way the food combination in your body works differently than if you're just eating high protein, high protein, high protein. For a lot of people that have tried to lose weight forever, kind of like me, the word fat is so scary, and it shouldn't be. And cognitively, I understand that fat does not make you fat necessarily, that it's a healthy fat. It's important for lubricating your joints and keeping your cartilage healthy and your skin looking good, and things like this keto diet that, you know, it's necessary for a balance in your body. It's important. So I'm gonna try this. It was funny when my nutritionist was talking to me about, you know, eat a shake, have a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and then have a regular dinner. And I said, you know, the shakes will keep me full for like 2 to 3 hours. There's no way I can have one at breakfast, one at lunch, and not eat anything else during the day. And she said, okay, then add a third one for like in the middle of the afternoon to hold you over until dinner, and then have a high fat, high protein, super low carb dinner, and you'll be good. She said, but just keep in mind that every cup of cooked vegetables is an extra 10 grams of carbs. And I was like, you think I'm getting anywhere close to eating a cup of food at a time? I am still like, yeah, right around like a third of a cup, I would say. So it was funny. She was like, okay, so I guess we don't need to worry about that. So but just keep in mind that when you are eating vegetables, that there are carbs in there that you just need to count. It's not necessarily bad that you have them, but you do need to count them towards your daily totals. A low carb diet, from what I understand, is below 50 grams of carbs. I'm already hitting that. That's already taken care of. Sometimes I go over 50 grams, but we're talking between 50 and 60. So this is going to be different. Like I said, I'm just going to try to be smart going into next week, but my goal is to plan after that to go into this ketosis keto diet. I am checking out as much information as I possibly can on keto while I'm preparing for that, so that when I do start it, when I get back from my trip next week, that I am 100% on board, ready to rock, ready to do this. So Laura's VSG tube, who I've mentioned previously, she's big into keto. So she actually has a Laura's low, it's called Laura Low Carb, not Laura's, Laura Low Carb. I'm following her. If you want to look in my subscriptions, she's in there. So I'm going to watch, she only has like 6 videos in there, but I'm going to watch those because she has some good information. And on Laura's VSG tube, on her other channel, she has talked about it in there. So I'm going to dig through there and try to find those. I'll try to link them to this video, and that is a brand new thing for me, so I'll do my very best. It might not be immediately when it's uploaded, but I'll work to get those linked. Otherwise, that's my plan. I have my doctor, my 3-month post-op. Oh my gosh, today is exactly 3 months post-op, by the way, guys. Yay me. So I meant to take my measurements. I'm already super long tonight, so I will have those for you next week. I'm really sorry. This week has been kind of insane. But I will do that next week. It'll be close enough to exactly a month. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to slack on it. But anyway, I'll have this for you next week. I have a plan. I will talk to you about what my doctor says when I bring all of this stuff up to her on Friday. But I hope you all are having a really good week, and I hope that you are having success, and I will talk to you in 7 days. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.